Wouldn't it be awesome if you could double your money on a stock market ETF in less than 1 year? Well, there's one I found that I think it may be possible. Let's take a look. Okay, the ETF I'm talking about is the ULTY YieldMax Ultra Option Income Strategy ETF. There's a few reasons I think this can do well, and I think the price could stay steady enough to double your money in less than 1 year if you compound your dividends. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could double your money on a stock market ETF in less than 1 year? Well, there's one I found that I think it may be possible. Let's take a look. Like the other YieldMax ETFs, it's actively managed to seek monthly income from a portfolio of covered call strategies, each on an underlying security. ULTY also provides direct or indirect exposure to the share price returns of the underlying securities, subject to a limit on potential investment gains for each such security. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in this video as well, of what they're trying to do to change that to get more exposure to more upside. Okay, now I'm going to ask you for one thing. Just please hit that like button down below or wherever it is on your screen. Just tap it real quick. Also, if you would like to subscribe and you like passive income, then this would be this channel to subscribe to. Okay, let's get right into this information. The investment objective of ULTY is to seek current income. ULTY's secondary investment objective is to seek exposure to the share price returns of the underlying securities, subject to a limit on potential investment gains for each such security. What does the ULTY ETF hold? Well, they show a bunch of call options here. I went ahead and downloaded the entire file to take a look and see exactly what they have. They show the amount of shares that they own of each company, and then they show the call options that they're selling against them. So for a particular stock, let's look at GME, GameStop. They have 30,000 or 300,000 shares of GameStop, 325,000 shares of HIMS, 270,000 shares of Robinhood, 750,000 shares of Mara, and then it kind of the list goes on. They got 130,000 shares of NVDA. So they're selling call options against the shares that they own, and then they are receiving premium for selling those call options. Okay, let's take a look at the chart, and then I'm going to show you how long it would take to double your money with this ETF. The price is currently at $6.15. It looks like it made a low at $5.23. That's when the rest of the markets were kind of dumping out, and that was at the beginning of April. So I think it has found a bottom, and if I were to get into this ETF, right about $6 would be my sweet spot. None of this is obviously not financial advice. So $6, and if it went lower, I would DCA into it because of some of the changes they're making. I think the price could start heading higher. The price is currently at $6.15. It looks like it made a low at $5.23. That's when the rest of the markets were kind of dumping out, and that was at the beginning of April. So I think it has found a bottom, and if you were to get into this, it would be a pretty good time right around $6. Alright, this is what we were waiting for. I did the math and I put together a little presentation here. If you're doubling your money with ULTY, here's how it would work. You want to turn 500 into 1,000 or more using ULTY ETF. You invest 500 into the ETF. When its share price, I use the share price of Friday, which was $6.17. This means you're buying 81 shares. Your goal is to get your 500 back plus to make an additional 500 in profit, so you would get your initial back. Okay, here's my strategy. So the dividends grow how the dividends grow your investment. ULTY pays a weekly dividend for your 81 shares that we would get. You get about $7.73 each week. Instead of taking that money out, we would use it to buy more ULTY shares. Since each share costs $6.17, that $7.73 would buy you roughly 1.25 new shares every week. This is if the share price stays constant, which obviously it will not, but I'm just showing you how it could work if your average was around the same cost it is now. And if it went up in value, then obviously you would get your investment back quicker, but then your obviously your dividend would not buy as many shares. You start with 81 shares. Every week those shares earn dividends. Those dividends buy more shares. Now you have more shares earning more dividends. How long until you double your money? By continuously reinvesting those weekly dividends, your total investment value grows. Based on the calculations, it would take approximately 46 weeks or just under a year, around 322 days, for your $500 investment to grow over 1,000. So imagine putting $5,000 into it and it could go to 10,000. At that point, your original 81 shares would have grown to approximately 162 shares due to all the reinvestment of the dividends. If you sold all your shares, you would have $1,000. You can then take out your 500 and still have 500 in profit. And if I were to get into this ETF, right about $6 would be my sweet spot. None of this is obviously not financial advice. So $6, and if it went lower, I would DCA into it because of some of the changes they're making. I think the price could start heading higher. If you decide to buy this ETF, please use the link below for Moomoo. You get up to 60 free stocks by using that link. Don't just sign up for an account, sign up with the link below so you can get up to 60 free stocks. The important considerations for this strategy are that the constant share price is not going to happen. It's not going to stay at $6.17. Obviously, it's going to fluctuate higher or lower, and then that will make it longer or shorter period of time for you to get your $500 initial back and double your money. The consistency of the dividends have been pretty good, but it is this presentation I did shows that the weekly dividend is the same, which it's not going to be, and I did not include taxes on the dividends and capital gains. So in reality, market fluctuations would mean your actual time to double your money could be shorter or longer. However, this example shows the power of dividend reinvestment with a high yield ETF like ULTY. If you want to see more videos like this, please like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.